Dr. Wood, author of the book Miracles in Minutes. This is a follow-up video and just a kind of, I don't know, just expressing, does this shit work that I'm talking about? So I'm going to share with you some stories of some people I work with. And I'm going to share, one girl name was Terry. And Terry, her story was I met her on this forum, and here she was morbidly obese, and she wasn't living a great life. She's chronically depressed and always upset and complaining, and I'm not getting into how much she weighed, but she had chronic knee problem and terrible childhood and da-da-da-da-da, and basically wasn't enjoying life. So we had a conversation, and we dug deep, and we got down to the root of it was she thought she was a piece of shit. She thought she didn't deserve anything good in this lifetime. And we got to that, she looked at that, and realized I'm not a piece of shit. And she lost 300 pounds in a year. I mean, not a year, in 3 years. She lost 100 pounds in a year. She went from, her goal was, she went to Disney before, and she, had to be in a wheelchair and a motorized scooter, and she had so much pain, and her leg hurt, and this and that. She couldn't stand for about 2 minutes. And her goal was to dance with Chip 'n Dale. In a year, she danced with Chip 'n Dale. Within 3 years, she went from having no boyfriend to losing 300 pounds, to never owning a home of her own, never owning a car of her own. She gave herself permission to have it all. She's got her own car now. She owns it. She has a boyfriend. She just got engaged. She's lost 300 pounds. She has it all. And she went to creating her own coaching business to share her story with others. All because she had a belief that she's a piece of shit. And I disagreed. And then another patient that I work with, she hurt her neck, she hurt her back, she couldn't walk from the front door to the mailbox. She was very protective, and she wouldn't let me help her, wouldn't let me touch her, wouldn't let me see her, just barely let me do anything. She was controlling the care. She wasn't letting me be the doctor, and she wasn't willing to let go yet. Her father wasn't very nice to her, put her down her whole life. He didn't mean to, he didn't know how to love her in a healthy way. We started working with her, and I started talking encouraging to her, like, I believe in you, and I think you're a smart person, and just kept talking into her, and she got a degree. She went from not being able to walk and stand and take care of herself, that she thought about killing herself, to now she does things, she's active, and has become always been a wonderful person, but the wonderful person came out. She has better relationships with her kids, they're more close and connected. All because of some messed up beliefs. It's the way you think about yourself. You're putting yourself down, you're sabotaging your own goddamn life. You're a wonderful person, you don't know it. You actually do know it, but you have a lie about yourself and self-sabotage. And then another guy I work with, he went from being a afraid kid to always pretending he was a tough guy, and talking big game and not being big game. In other words, he's full of shit, and I don't put up with it. I call people out when you're full of shit. Don't pretend you're the shit and you're not the shit. Be it. Be that man. Be that person. Live up to who you think you are. In action. So he went from being afraid of not really working, not really stepping out into life, didn't even get his driver's license till he's almost like 20 years old, because he's afraid to drive, afraid to make a mistake, afraid he's going to mess up, afraid he wasn't good enough, afraid about this, afraid about that. He was hiding a lot of things. He was hiding stuff. Like, even he had a relationship with his mom, he loved her, but he's still hiding stuff from her, and his mother could feel it, and there was a disconnect. It caused because he's hiding stuff, there's a disconnect between him and his sister. We talked. I had him go and deal with that. Deal with what are you saying to yourself? I showed him the deep breathing stuff. I taught him different exercises. I helped him out with his neck pain and some other things, and shoulder problems and back pain and all these things. They're not separate entities. There's a way of thinking, and also some physical exercises that then build the physical body, which changes the brain, and change the thinking, that changes the body, and the two ends of a spectrum working back and forth, and knitting itself back together. In doing so, he texts me, he's like, Dr. Wood, I woke up in a state of peace. I feel like a king, man. Now when he talks, he has presence in the room. He's not in his head. He's not suppressing himself. He's expressed as a human being, and he feels wonderful. And now he feels like a powerful person. All this stuff from understanding your nervous system, I'm going to teach you the keys to the kingdom of the greatest, most powerful system of all. Your brain, your nervous system, your thinking, and your essence, your spiritual body. How do you develop more essence? How do you develop more power that can be used to be in a state of love, and to love and appreciate your life and love and appreciate others? You have to get your nervous system under control. You have to get control of one part. Get the breathing under control. Then we're going to talk about how you think about yourself, because you're self-flagellating yourself, self-sabotaging your life, ruining relationships, maybe not stepping into careers you could have, maybe limiting yourself on how much money you can make, maybe limiting yourself on how much time you could spend with your family. You're so boxed into a way of thinking this is the way life should be. You can't fully express yourself. You can't fully live. You can't fully be with people, enjoy them as much as you can. You can write your own god dang life. People have taught you to think a certain way, and you're living a very morose life. Oh, what you're going to do is you're going to go to school, and retire at 65 and finally enjoy everything. Well, look, I'm not going to use the words I want to use, but you're a jackass. Like, why can't we think outside the box? Can I take mini vacations? You know, Tim Ferriss has some good ideas in his book, The 4-Hour Work Week. That's a guy who thinks out of the box. That'll open up to new perspectives. Maybe your life doesn't have to be so down this path and do what everybody tells you you have to do. You can live it however you want. Just make the most of it. So it's Dr. Wood. I just want to share a few stories with you of some that there is hope for you. You have the keys. No one's giving you the keys to the most powerful system of all. Your brain, your nervous system. So you know how to work with it. You can solve chronic pain. You might be able to, you can definitely heal most depressions, anxiety, get out of fear, have wonderful relationships, maybe even heal cancer, because you're just going to change the neuroendocrine system. If you don't think the way you think has something to do with anything, I'm going to tell you you're wrong. If you think you're going to strike out when you play sports, you're going to strike out. You may get lucky and hit one, but you've increased the odds of failure. So why not think to become a victor? And most of the time is you don't like yourself, or you believe that you're not worth it, that you're not wonderful when you really are. Dr. Wood, have a great day.